Hello, everyone, and welcome to this super special episode of Long Beach Underground. I am your host, Lily Matthey, and today I am joined here by the Anti Groupies, an all-girl rock band hailing from right here in Long Beach, California. Ladies, could you please introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Cassidy. I'm the singer of the Anti Groupies.
Hi, I'm Sydney, and I'm the bassist.
Hi, I'm Kyla, and I'm the drummer.
I'm Bella, and I'm the guitar player.
Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here today. How did the Anti Groupies get started?
Well, I guess it started with me. I started playing guitar when I was like 15, so I was a freshman in high school. I started going to School of Rock. It's like an after-school music program. And I started my first high school band. I had no idea what I was doing. I just know I wanted to be cool and in a band. And so we played our first show, and I showed up early for sound check and everything, guitar on my back. I'm all excited. Get to the venue, and the security guard's sorry, groupies aren't allowed in yet. And I was so taken back. I was like, what? And then my whole band was guys at the time, so they were all inside. And I was like, my band is literally inside, blah, blah. He was giving me such a hard time. My dad almost fought him. It was crazy. But basically, I met these girls, and I was like, I've always wanted to start an all-girl band. So COVID happened, and I messaged all of them and was like, let's start a band, and hence the name of the Anti Groupies.
What was the first show you all played together?
The first show that we all played together, because we did have one other bassist before for about a year, but when Sydney arrived, the first show we ever played was Chain Reaction, which is in Anaheim. It was really good. It was actually mostly covers, because we had just started writing originals, but we threw a few in there. It was really fun.
It was almost 4 years ago.
Yeah, 2022.
Yeah. Sydney was 13.
Yeah, Sydney was 13.
Sydney was a baby.
13.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What have been some of your guys' personal favorite experiences since your formation?
Probably the whole recording experience, even though it took us so long to get this album out, our new album Pretty Vicious out. It took about 2 years of recording before its official release, but just the experience of being together and writing all these songs and having to go to different places such as Santa Cruz and having a little bonding moment with recording, and even just going to shows together and just hanging out, and even the drive there, we all have a really amazing connection, and it's always super fun hanging out with everyone. So
I was about to say the road trips.
Yeah.
The road trips were crazy.
Yeah, I feel anytime we're together, as much as we love performing together and playing shows, we have very much an alter ego, so who we are on stage is very different from who we are off stage. We're still best friends, that doesn't change, but we just love hanging out and being silly and being with each other all the time and making really cool shit.
Yeah, the last gig, one of the last gigs, we were at a speedway, and
oh my gosh.
And after our set, they asked us if we wanted to go in one of the cars and go drifting, and we immediately were I was yes, and they were all what did you just agree to?
Me and Bella were down to clown.
Because I was well, when else are we gonna do this? And it was one of the best experiences, one of the craziest.
It was terrifying.
It was terrifying, but it was super fun.
Congratulations on the album, by the way. Pretty Vicious. Yes, it's been out for a little bit over a month. I'm just wondering about some highlights from the recording process. Do you have any fun stories?
So the first process of recording the album was Santa Cruz, and we actually mainly only ended up keeping the drum recordings from those sessions. However, we recorded all the songs there, all the guitars and bass and whatnot. But those road trips are very memorable. 7-hour drive there and back, staying in random hotels that we could find, and just waking up early every morning and having those 10-hour studio sessions, and just...
I think it's so cool watching something that we've worked on for 3-4 years. Some of these songs on the record we've written ages ago, and I feel we're still growing up together, so it's really cool to see all these things come together. And as someone who writes the lyrics of the songs, all of these things I write about that I thought were such a big deal and my life was over, that I'm oh, that actually didn't matter at all. So it's kind of a therapy in itself, releasing these songs.
So one of the singles from the record, titled Not My Problem, great track, by the way. It was accompanied by a music video, and on YouTube it has over 55,000 views. I'm just curious, could you talk about the experience making the video, and how did the concept come about?
So day of shooting, it was the coldest day ever, probably. And I was in a little baby doll dress. I was literally shaking, and I was like this. But
It was actually like one of the coldest days in California, like record or something ridiculous.
it was stupid. I was like, I'm freezing right now. But the concept, we had a little chat with Autumn and Ryan, kind of had a vision, a mood board, a vibe.
And it was actually filmed in my backyard. So and so that was pretty cool where where I could just get ready and walk outside and I was at the shoot.
No, it was really incredible, like what a lot of these students were able to put together. Like, it was literally in the backyard. We ordered a bunch of sheets off Amazon and then returned them so we could get our money back. But like, we get so many compliments on that video, and like so many people are talking about how professional it looks. So it just turned out so amazing, and it was so fun to film.
Is there anything in particular you as a band have always wanted to do but haven't yet found the opportunity to do so? Do you have any dream venues or covers?
Tour. I want to go on tour. Take me on the road.
Anyone watching this who wants us to open for them. But I think just traveling and like playing shows outside of California and stuff would be so cool.
I'd love to play a festival too.
Oh, a festival would be so cool. As far as traveling, but like staying local, like the Greek or like the Wiltern,
Yes, the
or any
Greek.
of those cool venues would be so cool.
Who are some of your biggest influences when it comes to crafting your signature style, both as a band and as individuals?
Ooh, I feel like for me personally, I like a lot of like vintage stuff. So I'll see like a lot of like glam rock artists like from the 70s, like David Bowie, T-Rex, New York Dolls, and they all have a lot of really cool styles, especially like with the flared pants and like the heeled boots, and also like some 80s like glam metal, but also kind of like a modern take on all of those. I try to incorporate.
Yeah, I was gonna agree with that, and I was gonna say it's so cool how like everyone is so inspired by everyone in this industry. Like some modern bands we like, or like Paramore, Amyl and the Sniffers. We love a lot of female fronted bands right now. They're popping off.
We share a lot of common like favorite bands. Like Paramore is one of our all-time favorites, and like Queens of the Stone Age. But I would say individually, we all have such unique and different tastes that it influences our sound, I think, more than our favorite collective bands. Like we input such a unique like style of our own into the songs, and I think that's what makes like our music as unique as possible and stuff.
I'm more of like a Amy Winehouse, Stevie Wonder kind of girl. That's more my vibe. And I think it's interesting because I feel like our music doesn't sound anything like that at all.
But your
So-
bass playing does. You sound like a funk bass player in a rock band. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's like we have like indie rock, metal, glam rock. I take a lot of influence from like the Beatles and like jazz, and then Sydney has like that R&B, like Stevie Wonder vibe. It's very interesting how it all comes together in our music, I think.
Is there a song by another band that you feel represents the energy of the Anti Groupies? What would be your theme song?
I'm going to go A Woman in a Man's World by Shaka Khan.
I'm gonna go Jerkin by Amyl and the Sniffers because that's a very empowering female, and I love that.
Say Ignorance by Paramore.
I'm gonna say You Think I Ain't Worth $1, but I Feel Like a Millionaire by Queens of the Stone Age.
And what can we expect from the Anti Groupies in the near future?
Ooh, if we can get it together, a very small tour. we will.
I thought you meant if we can get it together.
No, we have it together. We just need to plan the
Yes.
tour and
Go up the coast.
Yeah, maybe like a college tour. We were talking about that, like hitting all like the colleges, like here maybe Santa Barbara, Santa Cruz, and like gaining that audience. I mean, we love college kids. That's like our favorite audience. They have the most fun. So hopefully some traveling and some new music videos.
Thank you all for tuning in to this very special episode of Long Beach Underground on 22 West PV. A huge thank you to the Anti Groupies for joining us today. You can find them on Spotify, Apple Music, and on Instagram at the Anti Groupies. And I've been Lily Matthey, your host. We will be back soon with more incredible local talent. See you next time.